Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome to the Daily English Show. I'd like to teach you a word today, gubernatorial. It means of or relating to a governor, particularly that of a state in the US. This Sunday, gubernatorial elections are being held in Japan. I'd never heard of that word before I came to Japan. I don't know if the system in Japan is the same as in America, but anyway, that's the word that the English media in Japan use. Speaking of the gubernatorial elections, I read this today on japantoday.com. The Tokyo Metropolitan Election Management Committee on Thursday asked the YouTube video posting website to delete posts of official campaign broadcasts by some candidates for the gubernatorial election slated for Sunday, citing fairness in election campaigning. Interesting. In other Japan news, a private English school called Lado has gone bankrupt. So if any Lado students are watching this and you need an English teacher, please email me. Today I'd like to recommend a video called Dirty Organic Food and Movies. It's by CBS. CBS is one of the largest radio and television networks in the United States. This video is part of a show called The Late Late Show featuring Craig Ferguson, and he talks about the American pronunciation of herb. He says, "I know the common thing you know around here is to say herbs. No, don't say herbs when it's herbs." I think it's quite funny, and I've always wondered why on earth do Americans say herb? So I looked it up, and this is what I found at bartleby.com. The letter H comes from the Roman alphabet. The H sound was eventually lost in Latin and the Romance languages, which are descended from Latin. H is not pronounced, although it is retained in the spelling of some words. In modern English, H is usually pronounced in native English words such as happy and hot, and because of the influence of writing in most words borrowed from French, such as haste and hostile. In a few other words borrowed from French, the H has remained silent, as in honor, honest, hour, and heir. And in another small group of French loanwords, including herb, humble, human, and humour, the H may or may not be pronounced depending on the dialect of English. So there you go. Now it makes sense. It's because it's from French and it's kept its original pronunciation. Kia ora. In Stick News today, the finance minister in Japan criticised NHK for too much coverage of the baseballer Daisuke Matsuzaka. Daisuke Matsuzaka is a professional baseball player. On December the 13th, 2006, he joined an American baseball team called the Boston Red Sox. Since moving to America, Daisuke gets a lot of TV coverage. One person who isn't too happy about this is Finance Minister Koji Ormi. Today he complained about NHK's intensive coverage of the baseball player. "I think it is problematic for NHK to pick up this kind of news every morning on the 7 a.m. program in terms of overall balance of news coverage," he said. And that was Stick News for Friday, the 6th of April. Kia ora. Today I went for another walk around my neighbourhood. The snow's almost gone. What exactly is that law? What can you say during that time? All media? Does this affect you? What about YouTube? That's an American site. I'm not really sure. Anyway, broadcasting is somehow restricted during the 15 days before the election. Basically nothing about the candidates, I think. I think approved media can talk about the candidates. Yeah, kind of. Like if I said, don't vote for so-and-so because he's a crazy xenophobic freak, then this video probably would be illegal and wouldn't be approved to be uploaded to Japanese sites. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm still not quite sure about that. Like this law and other copyright laws. Which country's law are you supposed to follow? The country where the owner of the website lives, or the country where the person uploading the material lives? What's the time? It's 25 to. What's the time? It's 22. What's the time? It's quarter to. What's the time? It's 10 to. What's the time? It's 5 to. And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow.